So welcome. Today we're actually gonna try out something that's never been done before. I think it's never been done before. What are we doing? We're giving Bangladeshis, right, a platform. Not just any Bangladeshis, but Bangladeshis in the professional and financial field, right? A lot of times, we talk about things behind closed doors and things like that, but a lot of this information is really gold, right? That I feel as though everyone should be a part of. They should hear it, right? And then take that knowledge and apply it to their lives. So we're just gonna call this Made in Bangladesh podcast. Okay, today I have my brother here with me, AJ Das. Just tell him a little bit about yourself,
Man, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Made in Bangladesh podcast. This is the first episode with our special guest here that will let introduce himself in a bit. My name is AJ Das. Detroit born and raised, Bangladeshi myself. I'm an independent business consultant. I've worked with hundreds of businesses in the Metro Detroit area in the past few years. Also creatives, so musicians, artists, videographers, and a lot of other creatives as well. I'm also co-founder of Menace Media. Shout out to Menace Media for having us here today. And yeah, thanks for putting this together, Najee.
Yeah.
And Faizur, if you could introduce yourself.
Well, thank you for inviting me today. My name is Faizur Rahman. I'm the accountant, and I'm the owner of Warren Tax and Accounting.
Wow. Okay. So that's Warren Tax and Accounting. That's in the same plaza as Bismillah restaurant.
Yeah, next to Bismillah.
Yeah, right next to Bismillah. They're the ones with the fire biryani. I always get the chicken 65 biryani, by the way. Next time you guys should sponsor us. I'm just saying. I love them though. So the main thing is, we have a lot of people in these roles, in these financial roles, right?
Yes.
For you, example, you're an accountant.
Yes.
Right? That's such an important role in the community because, without finances, without healthy finances, you will never grow.
You can't do anything.
Yeah, you'll never be able to, get generational wealth and things like that. And I feel like, that's something that, our people, especially the Bangladeshi community, we don't really talk about. We do our best to, make it from, one paycheck to another, 1 year to another, right? But, we never talk about, how to set up, our finances the best way for, our kids and, their kids and things like that. So, right now we have, a powerhouse of people here. We have an accountant and an entrepreneur who's been, helping the community since,
I've been doing it since 2003.
Yeah.
That time there was not enough an accountant.
Yeah.
There was not enough people. I remember only two.
Mm-hmm.
Two, and myself was three.
Okay.
So in 2002,
And during that time, a lot of Bangladeshi people have been they started coming in.
Yeah,
here,
coming
right?
from the other states and then immigrants, and especially coming from New York.
Yeah.
Michigan is a Metro Detroit is a blessing.
Yeah.
But especially in our community. Living cost is not bad at that time.
Yeah.
And it still is good. People are moving from all over the countries, moving to Michigan, in Detroit, because we have large population. We have everything is there in our community. And as you mentioned earlier, the accounting is very important, which is absolutely.
Yes.
If your finances is not straight, then you can go anywhere.
Yeah. And it's not even that. I think, it's hard to figure out, how to stay in compliance and what the state wants, what the government wants.
Definitely.
It seems like it doesn't matter how much English you know. I'm gonna be honest. I was born and raised here, right, in America. But anytime I get any tax papers, a W-2, W-4, anything that I get from my employers, whatever, it's like I'm reading a foreign language again. I don't know what's going on. If I touch the paper, I feel like I'm gonna go to jail. I just don't know why, taxes are hard, right? But now, when we have someone like you in the community.
Well, when I meet my client, I educate them.
Yes.
Make sure they need to know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And if I'm not here, they should say, what, Mr. Faizur Rahman did such and such for me.
Yeah.
So if you go to next accountant, make sure you know what you're doing. Yeah. That's one of the, expertise that I tell my clients. Make sure you know what I'm doing and make sure I do your best with the IRS guideline, state guideline, local guidelines, especially for the business. In a lot of time, we face a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And even though personal, people move from to, for example, you move from to Hamtramck to Warren. You forgot, your last year while you were in Hamtramck, you didn't file the taxes.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, you receive a nice love letter saying, you know what, you owe this much money.
Yeah, from Warren, right? There's like, hey, you
from the city of
Hamtramck. Yeah, Hamtramck's like, hey, did you forget about us?
Forget about
what I mean? Like you went to a whole different area. Yeah, it's things like that. Like, we a lot of us, we don't know, right? So now, thank you first and foremost, for your contribution to the community and things like that. Yeah. And I'll go on record to say, I mean, you're my accountant, right? You're my personal accountant. You've been my accountant, for years now. Before that, I mean, you've been my family's accountant. My father went to this guy, since the early 2000s, for personal taxes, business taxes. I mean, ever since we've known you, you've never been a guy who just does things like, oh, okay, you want me to do this for you? Okay, it's done,
No,
I
take care of my client as a family.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that you are in right, came here for me to provide the service, make sure you deserve a proper way. I don't want to do anything that you have an issue later. So you know what? Something has happened now. What should we do? Yeah. You come to me because you trust me. Yeah. And also confidentiality is very important. That's the most important because as you know, accountant or CPA or any other, the area, you want to make sure that your things stay on the trustworthy.
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure that everything is secure. Like the way people go to the bank. Why people go to the bank?
Yeah.
Because make sure they have confidentiality is there.
Exactly.
Right? You don't want to share with anyone information to anyone else. So same thing in the accounting.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, I've been doing since 2003. I do my professionally and make sure I don't, share the information with any other without any consent.
Yeah.
Unless you gave me your consent to share with your father, yes, I'll definitely. Otherwise, I can't.
I like that. That's basically the doctor-patient confidentiality.
It is very important.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I can definitely attest to that when it comes to banking. So, I'm from a financial background as well. I'm in banking, and a lot of things that when it comes to compliance, confidentiality. And also just, looking out for the client, what's the best interest for them, how to grow their finances. I can say that, we're very similar. Yeah.
As you mentioned, the compliance is very important.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what level of your business, even though personally, make sure you are in compliance with US. You are here, you want to make sure you file your taxes. Even though if you don't have any income, you file the taxes. For example.
Oh, wait. So you're telling me if I don't have a job, right? I don't have a job. I'm not making money. I'm not making money or I'm not doing anything, right?
Okay,
you're telling me at the end of the year I still have to, pay taxes or do my taxes?
Yeah, the reason is this, if you remember during the COVID time, people receive incentive payments. People who file their taxes, they receive the incentive payments, right? Because they have a database, all your information is there.
Yeah.
And people who did not file, so what they have to go look for the accountant, go online, call the IRS, hey, I didn't receive my COVID payment. Because you never filed the taxes prior year, 2019. If you file 2019, then they will definitely give you the money. So even though if you don't have any income, I tell my client going forward, make sure you file zero return. If anything happens in future, your information is on the IRS database and state database. It will be easy for you and for your family.
Wow. Okay. So then what age do you think that people should start paying taxes? Is it 18?
No, you can start if you are working student 13, state of Michigan labor law, you can start to pay employee 13, 14, high school kids.
Really?
Yeah. They can get you can earn.
Yeah, in America, the government, they want their taxes. So,
because of taxes, you and I, and especially since you mentioned earlier, large number of communities in here in Michigan, Bangladeshi communities, because of the tax money, we do help a lot. It does help to if you add all the numbers, tax amount you paid, you help to your community. Roads, especially you and I, we're driving in Michigan, without car, you have to drive. If you don't have a proper road, funding coming from your tax dollar.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
I've been paying a lot of taxes on these roads, but these roads still kind of suck,
Welcome to Michigan.
It is what
Hopefully
it is.
it's gonna get better.
We say that every year, Faizur, but
So this podcast is called Made in Bangladesh, right?
Yeah.
So let's tie it back into that a little bit. Could you can you tell us more about like your origin story, like what got you into accounting and taxes? You say you started in 2002.
Yeah, so what happened is back in 2002, there was not enough accountant, right? I went to file my taxes. So I went to a few places. They're like, busy. They have no time to do it. So I feel like, what? That was happening in 2001.
yeah.
So 2001, I went to file my taxes. At that time, you don't have enough large community member in here in Michigan. So I feel like, what? Since I went to a few places and I feel like something that I'm not getting there, right? Maybe I feel like if there was a Bangladeshi enough accountant, maybe if I go there, they will help me a lot. So I feel like, it's not only me, I'm facing this situation since population is growing up and I like also numbers. So I said, what, why don't I start the business as a tax and accounting? And I went to school at Auckland University. I have my accounting degree from there. So I said, why not? So that's where I started.
Nice.
So it's fair to say, like, you were a person where you saw that there was really a need in the community.
Yes,
like you needed that service yourself.
Yes.
Right? And what you did was, what, if no one else is gonna, take on the mantle, like, hey, like I'll do it. Like I'll do it for my community, basically.
Absolutely. Because I feel like that time is like, what, population is gonna grow up because today we are like, 500. Maybe next year is gonna be 700. Population continue growing up, right? So I feel like, what, let me just do it and I can help the community, not also in my communities, but also other communities. So that way we know exactly, like all the communities, not like just like Bangladeshis.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I can do well in my communities, I can provide the better service for the other communities also.
Did you always start it in Warren?
No, I did in Detroit.
Oh, wow. That was your first like brick and mortar?
Yeah, so I started back in 2002, Davison and Conant. There was a house there.
Oh, yeah.
Now is a Star Coney Island, Halal Coney Island.
Yeah.
So next to that, there's a house.
Yeah.
So I did in the basement.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay.
Really from the ground.
After that, I went to the Conant. It's called the Conant Music Center back in old days. Conant Music Center. So I was there for 2 years.
Yeah.
Then I didn't do it from there. I had office at home. So then I was doing, and then I continued doing it. I never gave up.
Yeah.
So then now I have office in Warren. Next to 10 Mile and Ryan.
Wow.
So I mean, definitely, in the same, like we grew up in the same community, like that's down the street from, where we came up.
Yeah.
Right, Konam Music Center.
Yeah, Konam Music Center. Yeah, it was like old days,
Yeah.
If you ask the old generation, like, people remember, Konam Music Center,
That was next to...
it was down the street from my house.
Yeah, so that used to be, on the corner of that building, that used to be the Amar Pizza. That was like the first...
Amar Pizza on the other side.
Yeah, that was
before
building.
Amar Pizza.
Yeah, we remember. Wow. I remember Konam Music. I used to actually get, I don't know, okay, I don't want to like tell them, but they used to have all the bootleg like videos and movies and stuff like that. They used to do that. I used to get all my movies from Konam Music, and then back in VHS, like it was hard to get like Hindi movies and stuff like that. They would literally.
Yeah. So when he moved to the building was empty, I took it over. So then I also, when I was a student at that time, so I used to come at evening time in my office, and I lovely like all our uncles and brothers, they come. They need some interpreter. They don't know. So this is very important also in our community to provide the community service.
Yeah.
Because even though our English is second language, our father, our uncles and brother, people who come new, they have no place to go to look for the interpreter. So they come, even in time when I go to the office, people come and take care of them. They feel like much relaxed.
Yeah.
Feel like
they're at home,
they're
at
home.
ease.
There's no issue at all,
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, no, that's super important because like even in school, like elementary, middle school, they don't teach a lot about financial literacy. Maybe right now they teach a little more than back then, but now they do. So that's super important. It makes it even more difficult with Hamtramck being such a large like immigrant city. Is that communication barrier?
Yeah.
Right. So, that's super important. So, what would you let's say you have someone that's wants to work with you, needs some of your professional services, and there's a language barrier, so they only speak let's say Bangla, for example. What do they need to bring to start working with you? Like how does that work?
So for the tax purpose, I need their their personal information. If they are single, if no dependents, just by themselves, I need their ID, their social security number. Then they're all source of income, and also all types of expense they did over the last year, for example. For example, if they paid the IRA with additional, or they have a 401k, or if they have a paid student deductions. If you are a student, you pay school credit. It's called the 1098T, educational credit. You can use those. And then also all sorts of income. You might have W-2s, 1099. People do online trading like e-commerce. If you make money, burn all that, you cannot exclude it from there. IRS will find out right away.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So if you do I don't know, the Robinhood apps and stuff like that, you're saying getting all that?
So another thing is this I do with my client. It is very important. Just for safe side, I tell all my clients from last few years I've been practicing this. IRS have a better data right now. You log in, you create an account yourself. Then you pull up the transcript from the wage records. So that way, let's say I work for X and Y company. You work for X and Y company, right? You got your W-2. But on the side, you did some consulting service. You received the payment, but you forgot to get a 1099. You don't even remember anymore. So what do? If you go log into the online with IRS account, and you can retrieve all your wage records, for example, 2024. That way you make sure that you have all your incomes is there, you won't miss anything. Because what happens is, when you file the taxes, and if you miss one item, your file will go through no problem. But then I call love letter. You will receive a love letter from the IRS. They say, it's not matching with your income. You have such and such income, but you didn't include it. So that's another thing I tell my client to make sure you do that.
Is that the case if it's just cash as well?
Cash, for example, if you are you came to me to file your income tax, I will ask you, do you have any other income? And if you said, yes, I have a cash earning. So all I will do, I will take the amount, whatever you said you have earning, But you want to make sure you keep the record. Where did you earn from and how much and all that? Especially if you are self-employed. If you do, consulting on the side, they sell you, they pay you cash, make sure you keep all the records. Because when you get the audit for the IRS, they want to make sure that where do you receive the money from? And then for your expense also, you want to keep all the records. It is very important. Doesn't matter if it's $10,000 business versus a $10 billion business. Rule is same thing for everybody.
Keep records.
Keep records. It's not about just for, I made only 10,000, I don't need it. No. If you made 10,000 versus 10 billion, still you want to keep the record. It is very important.
Okay. So you know what? Let's say it this way then, because it seems like a lot, right? Let's bring it down to something very simple. Okay. So now, if you want to start doing well with your finances, right? So you would say that the beginning part of that starter kit is really just keeping good records.
Record is very important. But by doing this, if you keep your record consistently a nice way, it's make it easy for you.
How can we do that?
Now we have the technology is here, right? You have your phone. You have your, the accounting software is there. If I'm doing your bookkeeping, I will take your information and I will keep it in my record. So whenever you come, you say, I was working with you last 3 months. Suddenly you come, you say, what? I need my financial statement. Yeah. Well, you gave me all your records. I prepared it. Everything is ready. So whenever you need, you will have it.
Oh, is that something that you provide?
Yeah, bookkeeping. It's called the bookkeeping. Yes.
Oh,
so part of the accounting is not only tax files.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So for the tax, so as an accountant role, we do consulting, business registration. Okay. So when we do the business registration, there is called the sole, single member, or multiple member, like LLC, PLLC, PC. INC, partnership. So PC is a professional corporation. LLC is a limited liability company. Then INC is an incorporation. Partnership is a multiple partners. Then also as an accountant we do non-profits. Okay. You see we have so many non-profits in our community or all over the U.S. Yeah. You name it, everywhere you go you see non-profits. Yeah. So also non-profit also we do. Yeah.
Okay. So then when it comes to, the bookkeeping.
Bookkeeping is like you want to keep all your record up to date.
What should, when it comes to records to give to an account, right? Let's say for you to do, bookkeeping and stuff.
So
like
what
should I give you?
What we need is if you are using your bank, we need your bank statement.
Okay.
Okay. Bank statement will tell you where did you purchase it or all this. But also we need to diversify what is it for? Is it for the entertainment? Or is it for the supplies? Is it for the employee expense? Or is it for the employee bonus? Or utilities? Or is it for the rent? You have to diversify, allocate it accordingly.
So basically, I would give you everything. Then I would give you my bank statements, and then if I have any bills, right, like utility and stuff like that, I would give you that too.
Everything.
And my expenses.
Everything.
If I were to use my card to buy things, I would send you the receipts.
And then one thing you just mentioned, to buy in the product. Now these days technology is here, right? So I tell my client, make sure you buy. We use your debit card or check. Don't buy cash. Cash does not have any record.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So when come for the IRS audit, the auditor maybe approve it for you based on your information. Yeah. But if you have a cash, transaction, you might have a receipts, but you could be lost the receipts. Yeah. But on your bank statement, when you use your debit card or check, you'll have a record there, 10 years, 15 years. And another thing I tell my client that make sure that if you are business owner or if you are individual, self-employed, make sure you keep your bank record. Yeah. If you are switching your financial institution, before you close the account, make sure you keep all the records.
Yeah, okay.
Like right now, you can, PDF file, you can keep the record and upload it.
So it's safe to say, right? I mean, one of the things that really helps your clients when it comes to their finances and, their business and things like that is having a bank account.
Yes.
Right? Well, that's something that I can definitely help you with, Yeah, definitely. I think having bank accounts is very important when it comes to your financial growth.
Yeah, when you're talking about business, it's like every, item is a lot of details. How to keep the records and how to, all this, stuff. And filing the tax, individual and well as business, we do the same thing. Is that when we file the tax, it's like, someone walk in, they might, based on their profile, he or she may qualify for the itemized deduction. So that's another whole topic.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Deductions,
Yeah, deduction, yes.
So let's let's do it this way, right? I'm coming to you to do my taxes. Make it very easy for me right now. Just tell me what do I need?
I just need first of all, I need your ID and your personal information. Okay. That's include your name, your address, your phone number, your social security number. And then if you are single, all sorts of income I need. If it's a simple W-2, just give us a copy of the W-2. And W-2 will have all this information is there. And unless if you have other deductions, like if you made any donations, if you have to, if you are employee work, if you're working for like full-time jobs, if you use your own money for the employers, I need to know that.
Okay.
If you have 401k, I need to know that. If you have an IRA, we need to know that. If you have student deduction, like 1098, I need that. If you made any estimated payment. So another thing is for this, for people pay, like taxpayer, they want to make sure they don't want to owe any money later. So what they do, they make advance payment to the IRS. Estimated payment.
Okay.
That's one thing. So you pay them quarterly, or you pay monthly based on your, your needs. You can pay, because that will determine your previous tax year. Because you see, what? Last year I paid, $10,000 to the IRS. I'm not going to pay end of the year. I'm going to make a payment monthly.
Yeah.
So that way, end of the year it looks large, right?
Yeah.
But if you pay it every monthly, it's become easy for you end of the year.
So a question on that, so that tax liability, is that more common for like business owners, or do you see like regular W-2 people with working a job?
So the business owner have, different, it's a different topics.
Okay.
They will file their business tax return, and if it's an S corp, or if it's a partnership, or if it's a C corp, it's totally different. But if it's a partnership, if it's a S corp, and then you need to bring your income to your personal. You will get a K1. For example, if you own a business will file their taxes, right? End of the year, you will get a K1. So K1, let's say you made last year, 2024, for example, you will pay your income show after all the deductions. You made, $15,000. You will get K1 from your business to your personal. So in personal, you have W-2 income or other source of income. W-2s, 1099, interest, all that, 100,000. 100,000 plus 15,000 from the business. So your total income is going to be, gross is going to be 115,000.
Then you have to think
then, before you pay, then you deduct all the deductions.
Oh.
All the deductions.
Okay.
So after you pay your deduction, then it's going to go to the taxable income.
Okay.
That's based on your single, if you are married, if you have a dependent, and all that. But one thing I tell my client that, especially why you choose me as an accountant, right? So when I look at the individual profile, right? So what happened is, let's say you came to me to file your income tax. And I look at your W-2, and I can tell you that, what? I know what is the problem. I can tell you, if you take it, it's good. If you don't take it, it still is good. But at the end, that's you.
Okay.
So what happened is, let's say, you just work in one company, you work for one company 9 to 5 or whatever the time you work for, but you have only one W-2. Now, so one W-2, when you apply for the jobs, anywhere you go, there's a W-4 you have to fill up.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So W-4, you choose, am I single, married, head of household?
Yeah.
So I tell my client that make sure you do enough withholding. I do get phone call time to time. People call, my client will call me, say, Faizur Rahman, I'm joining this company right now. Can you advise me what should I do? Because I've been working with them last 10 years. So now things got changed. So they want to make sure that they don't want to pay the taxes end of the year.
Yes.
So I told them, what? Based on the income, make sure you choose the, single if you can, and then do the additional withholding. $50 or $100 per pay period.
Wait. Every time, well, I hate doing the W-4, right? I hate doing that, but I heard that, everyone would do some things on the W-4 to make it so that they pay the least amount, so that, their check every week is
then what
more.
happened is, then you are right. A lot of people do. Like, they want to get more money now.
Oh.
But
you're saying that's not the best thing?
That's not a best thing, but best thing will be this. If you can manage it, it will be safe for you to change it.
Okay.
Because right now, temporary, you are gaining, which is good. You don't want to pay taxes, which is great. But end of the year, if you keep the same way, you're going to pay taxes.
At the end of the year.
End of the year, you're going to be like, why I'm paying right now?
Yeah.
Because you took the money in advance.
Oh.
So question, so if someone elects for the additional withholding, let's say it's like $100 per paycheck, so does that $100 go directly to paying their tax liability?
So the way the W-2 works is this, like when you fill up a W-4, let's say, for example, your gross is 1,000. The IRS calculation will do, I am a single and my gross is $1,000, they will deduct automatically the federal income tax withholding.
Okay.
That's exclude Social Security, Medicare. This money is for your retirement.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
This money doesn't matter how much your gross is, you pay percentage. You cannot control on these things. You have to pay it.
That's Big Brother, that's the government. They always take their cut. Absolutely, okay.
Yeah. So then, like, so if you have a W-4, your gross is, for example, going back to this, $1,000. You will deduct, automatically withholding will be deduct. For example, out of 1,000, I'm a single guy, no dependents, they will probably do $300. So if I get paycheck for every, like, let's say, monthly 1,000, and then that's like, 12 checks. So I'm getting like $3,600 on my federal income tax withholding, right? Now, if I do additional $100, another $1,200 is going to go to my account. But end of the year, I'll get all this money back. Because if I pay more, that's my money. I'm going to get back. The reason is this, that I tell another thing for the client is that, it's hard to save money.
It is.
It is very hard to save money.
Yeah.
Even the more you have, you want to spend more.
Yeah.
So I tell the client that make sure you do extra withholding. If you can manage it, that way, end of the year, you get a little extra money. And then you can do plan accordingly. If you want to buy business, if you save in, hey, the $2,000 could help you a lot.
So on that note, right, question for, so this community has changed a lot over the past 23 years, 22 years since you started your business, right?
Yeah.
So have you noticed any changes in how many people in our community are starting businesses versus just working jobs? Or
no, alhamdulillah, it's a great community that we have since you are talking about made in Bangladesh. I like that. And then thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the both of your times. But the Bangladeshi community, in my own experience, since I'm an accountant, and how accountant and doctors, we keep the records, right?
Yes.
And records are confidentiality.
Yeah.
But I cannot tell you who is the client who's doing well or not. But overall, our community is doing much better than before. Much, much better than before. Because of support from the community, support from the family.
Yeah.
So this is the best thing people are doing. But people who are coming new to our community, they will do well also. Like when I came here in this country, it was very tough. I don't even know a single word English. I just say, how are you at the airport, and that's it.
Yeah. But now look, now you're a translator, for a lot of members, in our community and things like that. Not even a translator. I don't mean that talking about English, you know. You're a financial translator. Meaning that really means when it comes to, finances, bookkeeping, taxes, this is a foreign language to people who are even born and raised here,
Yes.
That is a different language that you speak, that you understand fluently, so that now you came here, you're talking to us, you're telling us things that I had no idea. I'm paying taxes for years, right? And I don't know where it's going. I don't know how to leverage that. But you're teaching us, a lot of things.
So if you stick with your accountant, then you'll be in good hand anywhere you go. But I've been helping this community since 2002.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, anybody can come to me and I can guide them. Yeah. And I've been helping the generation to generation, So it makes me feel healthy.
Yeah.
That our communities are doing great, especially with finance.
Yeah.
A lot of other brothers and sisters and other sectors, health sectors, the IT sector, everyone is there, doing great. Yeah. But especially also part of the finance and accounting, like, it's just, that's what I'm here for. Warrant tax and accounting will guide you and hopefully continue to provide the service. And we do also other services since we are talking about the tax.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have any more questions, anything, I can, any questions, how, for the tax things, because
I have a lot of questions about tax. When is tax season? Everyone keeps
today.
saying tax season. It's right now.
It's today, right now.
So what is it? Is it quarter one of the
No.
year?
So what happened is based on my experience.
Yeah.
Like first day, it is like, how should I say it? It's like, if you are lucky, you will get your refund.
Today?
No, not today.
Oh, okay.
Within 14 days or within 1 week. But what happened is there are so many people wants to file same day. Your data, IRS data may get crushed sometime. It happened before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So people wants to make sure that not, I tell people, you can file it first day. I can take your information and prepare the documents, get ready. But sometimes I don't submit on the first day, even though we do first day, whatever people, client will tell me, Faizur Rahman, go ahead, please submit my tax return, which is I do, definitely, no problem. But just for safe side, you have millions of people are filing the tax same day.
Yeah.
So I tell people, just wait 1 more day extra by slowly, because that way your data will not get crushed.
Oh.
It happened before.
Yeah.
So those people who filed first, their refund was delayed, month.
And they were the first ones to do it, and it was still delayed? Oh, my God. So you can't be the first one. You also can't be the last one. You're saying, like, you got to find a sweet spot when it comes to that.
Here's the one thing I would advise, for the tax filing. You have until, since started today, until...
So today is January 27th.
27th. So January 27th up until April 15th, you can submit your tax return.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. Yeah. But again, if you are the business owner, if you are self-employed, if you whatever professional you are, long as you keep your record, then you can file your taxes smoothly.
Okay.
So now if you are a business owner and if you don't keep your record properly, now you're going to spend more time on it.
Yeah.
And then now when you go for accountant right now, generally accountant and CPA, we are busy up January to April 15th.
Yeah.
So if you want to go more time to get more, but sometime other accountant may not give you enough time. They're busy.
Yeah.
But I take care of my client as even if I'm really busy, but still I will take care of you, make sure you are in right hand.
Yeah. We appreciate you for that.
So that's important.
I actually have some tax survival tips. Right? I mean, you can use them if you want, but they've been helping me. I'm not the best, but I'm getting there, right? So anytime I get any kind of tax documents, right? When it comes to W-2s, also anything from my employers, and then I have 401k accounts, right? With like, for example, Fidelity and things like that. The mail that I get, I gather it all and I put it into a file, right? Actually, in a physical folder. Okay. Yes. And honestly, on the top of that folder, I put a sticky note that says for Faizur Rahman.
Thank you.
Today,
thank you. I really appreciate but it's my pleasure to,
I appreciate it. So I think the first step, really, how you said, record keeping. Take all those, the mails, even if it's emails, put it all into one spot, right? So now if it's paper, what I do is I turn into a PDF. I put it all in a folder on my computer, so with like tax year 2024.
Yeah.
Put everything in there that I think you might need. It could be, receipts. It could be any expenses, donations that I made that I have records of, right? Yeah. I just keep it all in there. And then as soon as I understand that, okay, I have everything and there's not another W-2 coming or anything like that, that's when I would transfer that to you. You give it to the hands of your accountant, and you say, like, please, sir, do your magic, right? I think,
that's what we do. That's where we're specialized, right?
Yeah.
But one thing I'm going to add you, since you're saying, keeping the record, which is great. That's why we ask client to make sure you prepare yourself, keep all the records. But sometimes, you receive if you work for one company, or or other companies, they will mail you their W-2s and 1099. But outside the envelope, you don't look, is it W-2 or 1099? You just shred it like probably it's advertisement. So I do tell my client, make sure during the tax time, from January, January 1st up until second week of February, go thoroughly with your mail. Don't throw everything in the trash. Because it's happened. People receive a 1099 W-2.
Oh my!
It doesn't look like W-2.
Yeah.
It says Faizur Rahman, an address, and that's it.
Why do they do that? Why don't they just say like, hey, like important tax, with big letters?
Sometimes they do important tax.
Okay.
So, but also the company wants to make sure, because these days right now, for the safety and security, they don't want to put any financial number on the top.
Gotcha.
So if it's a tax document, people have all your information is there.
Oh, for safety.
If you see the tax document, if the mail get lost, your name, your source, everything is there.
Oh, okay.
So if it's a blank, just your name and maybe company name and a blank, on the top.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in there. It's safe.
Okay. So basically from January to February, I'll even say till March, first quarter of the year, don't throw away any of your mail. Because if you do, you might get the worst return, the tax return of your life.
Then, as I mentioned you earlier, if you have, if you are able to do it, make sure you log into the irs.gov, create an account, and pull up all your wages record. So make sure it's matching.
Yeah.
So that way you are in safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's actually this is amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So a question for you. So for the students out there and aspiring like accountants and professionals, like what is your advice in terms of if someone wants to pursue this profession?
You know what? The accounting profession is great. If you love the numbers and thinking analysis, that's a great for you. And the one thing is customer service. Even though if you are an accountant, if you are CPA, since we're talking about only accounting, customer service is very important, because accounting is very good. You can work for the company, you can do your own practice, but if you are so accounting is three types. One is you can work for public accounting, and public mean like you are working with in business, personal, everybody, public accountant. Another one is like you can work for the company. Like today I came to you guys, invited to me for your podcast, which is great. If you have, if you're looking for an accountant, they will come and work for you, but they do every day 9 to 5. If your office hour is 9 to 5, they will do 9 to 5 your accounting service inside the company.
Oh.
So that's like 9 to 5 jobs, or depend on the company shift.
Yeah.
That's like
it's a corporate job. Basically.
Corporate job, And then another one is like government accounting.
Oh.
Government, yes. Yeah, government is a huge also.
What is a government?
Government is like the
someone who works for like the IRS.
IRS or the for example since we're in Detroit, very nice building in here. I like it.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Shout out Chroma.
Yeah. So for example, city of Detroit, they have accountant who works there, so they do the government accounting. So people who wants to pursue this career is very good. I don't see any issue.
I think job security is definitely there.
Job security is definitely there. Doesn't matter, but you need to make sure that, like in my experience, customer service is important if you are going for public accounting.
Right. Okay.
But even though if you go if you work for the employee, or if you work for, it's also customer service, because you'll be dealing with the vendors, like vendors, like clients that you have inside your company. So you can call them or talk to them, how to manage it. It's a very good field.
Yeah.
Now these days you can do remotely work also, if you work for somewhere.
So you mentioned earlier how, Hamtramck and, our community is very, it's growing and things like that.
It is growing, definitely.
And, a lot of people are starting their own businesses, ever since, the early 2000s till now. right? So just like you're an entrepreneur, right? You know, what kind of advice would you give to anyone really, you know, whether it's in our community, outside of our community, who wants to, you know, start a business or have
make sure before you do any business, it is so-called is do your due diligence.
Okay.
It is very important.
What do you mean by that?
You seek advice from the accountant.
Oh.
Seek advice from the, you know, the business you want to do. Make sure you know what you are expert on it, you know.
Okay.
Because some of the field, if you don't have any experience, you can do it, right? It's there. Some of the business, you want to make sure that you know what you are doing. Because the start of a business is initially cost money.
Yes.
You know, that's how, you know, millions of people, they go through. They're doing good, bad, but overall, people do well. But I would advise you that make sure you seek advice from the accountant. And if anybody needed my service, warrant tax and accounting, I am here to help you guys. You know, especially all the communities, and including in my community that, you know, we're talking about also. Made in Bangladesh.
Made in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
How can people find you? I mean, how can they talk to you? So you have a phone, like tell them your phone number.
I have my cell phone. You can reach me at my cell phone is 313-505-1957, and my office phone number is 586-576-7161.
Do you have do you like to talk to people via email, or do you have a website?
Maybe? I do talk to, I have a portal where you can upload the document, secure and safe. Oh. I used to use like email, but it's not safe.
Oh.
You know, so I've been using the portal that, you know, you come to me, if I'm doing your business or personal, if you want me to send your document instead of email, I will invite you to my portal and you can upload your document, get it secure.
Oh, okay.
So no one have access, just you.
Yeah. Where can people find you online?
Online?
Yeah.
I don't have any website yet, but I'm on, like, you know, I'm with the community. People know me, and I appreciate, you know, alhamdulillah, I get support from all the communities. Like you mentioned, like your father, you know. Yeah. I mean, he was with me since, like, you know, 2002. Yeah. His word of mouth and support, you know, that's what, you know, it is. Yeah. You know. Inshallah, my website is coming. It's going to come shortly, but I do have Facebook. But, you know, I mean, I'm always there on my phone, cell phone. You can text it to me or call me. Even though if I cannot call you right away, I'll call you within 24 hours.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's true. He does. Yeah. He's very prompt with that. You know, I will say that.
Yeah, I will call you. Maybe I cannot answer your phone, but especially during the tax season. Yeah. You know, like, you know, when I'm in the office, I don't answer my phone, cell phone. Okay. So you call in my office number again, 586-576-7161. I will answer the phone if they will my employee will transfer to me and I can answer the phone.
Oh, how many employees do you have?
I have 3 employees.
Okay. Yeah. Are they all accountants too, or?
They are, like, you know, they're in different field, but they like it. You know, they like it. They stick with me. You know, so you know, I'm happy for them. You know. Okay. We're working together. You know.
Right.
But one thing I need to mention that since we are talking about tax and accounting, I do also other service in my business. So it's not that only for my communities. Yeah. As we discussed, you know, my community, I do the, you know, immigration paperwork. Oh, you know, DHS paperwork. And then I have a home care service for the elderly care. And then traveling agency service, you know. So you come to me, I take care of everything for you.
Literally everything. You know. One-stop shop.
One-stop shop. One-stop shop.
Okay. Yes. In that case, I'm so glad that you brought that up, right? Yeah. Now, you know, I'm not going to take up any more of your time, but, you know, I know right now it's tax season. Yes, that's what's very important for you, right?
No, I'm very happy that you invited me over to go over with you guys.
Well, hold on. I'm going to invite you again, you know, because you have so many other services and things like that, you know, I feel like, you know, it's also, you know, very important to the community.
You know, we'll have another meeting, then I can stop by, discuss about other services, what I do. And then, you know, that's what, you know, we should, you know. Okay.
You know, my last thing really is, you know, do you feel as though, you know, when it comes to the community, right? Like we are all basically in, you know, in the financial field, and we're all entrepreneurs, right?
Yes.
Do you think that there's really any competition between us? Like, so you're an accountant, right? I'm a banker, right? He's an entrepreneur. He owns business, and he's in business development, right? Do you think that, you know, we're competing with each other, or do you think we should be?
We are working as a team.
Okay.
Because if I'm working as an accountant, I'm dealing with the numbers.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with the financial statements.
Yeah.
And your expense and your deductions and how much money you can save by legally.
Yeah.
Not like just plug in the number and that's it. No.
Yeah.
Make sure that you are due diligence is very important. When I come to the business tax, self-employed tax, non-profit tax, make sure everything is done by the guideline properly. As you mentioned, you are in finance, as a banker.
Yeah.
Make sure the client go to the bank, make sure all the information is accurate.
Absolutely.
So that's why you are there to teach them how to get the finance.
Exactly.
And I'm here to prepare the document for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's your business development, you know, so we all work together.
Yeah.
It's not like one way.
Yeah.
You got to collectively work together.
Yeah. The team, building a team is so important.
Team, so important, definitely. Yeah, it is. It's always,
Yeah, like, you know, I'm not in accounting or finance, so as a business owner, to handle that and then to have like someone to handle the financing and banking is so key because one person cannot do it all.
For example, as a business owner, like, you want to make sure that you are you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself by yourself. So that's why you will have an accountant. That's why you have a finance guy for the bank. That's why you have a business development. So that way, as a business owner, you know that Mr. Faizur Rahman will do a good job for me. He's been doing it. He will do it for me. So I'm relaxed. You know that Nazi will do with the banking, So you are in safe. Thus, we will do the business development. Then you'll be like, okay, he's doing good.
Yeah.
So the business owner is giving some little time to enjoy with your family.
Exactly. They have some peace, peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
That's the key.
That's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
I think I think that's something that, well, correct me if I'm wrong. That's something that, I haven't really been seeing in the community in the beginning. But I do want to start that, as soon as we can with us. By that, I mean, our community having, a team, right? Not just, one person doing everything.
No,
I think we should all now like get together like this, right? Talking about how, when it comes to taxes, right? Like we have a professional here who knows about specifically about taxes. And then now, to help with taxes, right? You need a banker to help with the, to figure out how to help the client with their finances and things like that. If we all get together, at the end of the day, like one by one, I think we would change like everyone's financial health.
Oh, definitely.
Here in our community, right?
Because, community is growing, as you said earlier, back in 2002 and back in now. There's a lot of, brother and sister is there, right?
Yeah.
And if you all work together with the other community and Bangladeshi communities, we will be in good.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about, what's going on, why we're not doing well. We can build a lot,
Yeah.
So, so I really appreciate, you guys are awesome. I'm so glad that we have Bangladeshi community part, the podcast going. So I really appreciate,
That's good.
It make me like, I'm in home.
Yeah.
So that's the key, I feel like I'm at home. I'm not outsider,
Yeah, it's just a family conversation.
Family conversation.
Yeah, that's really what it is, I think this is amazing, bro. Made in Bangladesh.
Awesome.
We're all made in Bangladesh. Yeah, we're all made in Bangladesh, and we're all made in Bangladesh, and we're making it in Detroit. That's what we're doing.
Detroit and Hamtramck and Warren and Wayne County, Macomb County, Oakland County.
We making it in the city, man. We making it in the USA. I like this. Yo, this was amazing. We definitely have to do this again, right? I'm so glad that you're here. Once again, anyone who's looking for tax help when it comes to their documentations and things like that, Faizur Rahman, he has his own accounting business, right? Anything financial related, like he can take care of it for you. There's a lot of people who try to figure out things on their own. You really don't need to. He's there.
It costs you like, if you try to do yourself and try to save a small amount of money, then it costs you long run, it's going to cost you more money. If you don't do the proper.
You're going to mess up.
You're going to mess up.
I know you're going to mess up. And then you're going to get a love letter from the IRS.
From the IRS.
Yeah, you're going to get a love letter from the IRS saying like, hey, you forgot about me, baby. What's going on? You owe me thousands of dollars. and that's your fault. You should have went to Faizur Rahman.
But one thing I have to tell you, you know, in my own like experience, you know, like I see people like, soon as they see letter from the IRS,
oh my God,
they call before even they open the letter. What's inside? My client will call me, said, Mr. Faizur, I received a letter from the IRS. I said, you know what? Don't stress out.
Yeah.
Be happy. Come to me.
All the time.
I will take care of that for you.
I do that all the time.
That's the accountant you need right there.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm here, right?
Absolutely.
And I've been doing for since 2002.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that my client, you should be stress-free for this. Why even stress out if you receive a letter from the IRS? You should call me, and I'll take care of that for you. As a collective.
Basically, everyone who has a lot of stress during the IRS, not the IRS, everyone who has stress during tax time, you know, why carry around that stress when you can literally just give your stress to Faizur?
That's what I'm here, warrant tax and accounting.
You will take all that stress off your shoulders, and then you can continue living life, making money, and enjoy having, you know, just make sure to keep your receipts, you know, just hand him everything, and he will take care of it for you.
That's why I'm here for the, you know, as a trust I've been doing since 2002.
Yeah.
I love my community. People are helping me so much. I cannot say, I don't know how much should I say, you know, I can't even explain. But without community, I won't be here.
Absolutely.
And with our own communities and other communities helping from each other, today I'm here.
Okay.
You know, I really, you know, thank you for the community, from your support since 2002.
Well, thank you
Thank
for
you,
all your
Mr.
support to
Faizur
the
Rahman.
community.
Yeah, thank you.
This was such an amazing episode of Made in Bangladesh. First one, right? Pilot episode. This was amazing. You know, our goal really is to continue these conversations with like-minded professionals in various fields. You know, everything that we talked about, you know, I hope, you know, that helped you out in any way, right? Because I know definitely, you know, this conversation helped me a lot, right? So let us know, you know, what other professionals, you know, whatever professions, people in different fields that you would like to, you know, hear from, learn from, that we can include in, you know, people in, you know, from Bangladesh, you know, Bangladeshis, period. I mean, we're vast when it comes to, you know, what jobs we're in now, right? There's people in entertainment, there's people in engineering, there's people who are in you know, in the health field, in finance, banking, accounting, entrepreneurs. I mean, there's just, the list goes on, right? So let's all come together as one. Let's share that knowledge, let's share that wealth, and let's go ahead and, you know, put that all back into our community so that, you know, the generations after us can get basically just a healthier tax return.
Yes.
That's really what it is, right? Yeah, I love it.
sir.
I love it. This was awesome. Yeah, shout out to AJ, shout out to Menace Media, right, for housing us. Thank you so much.
You're
Faizur
very
Rahman,
welcome.
for
I
coming
really
in,
appreciate
man. I
for
appreciate you.
inviting